G'day, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube land, Roknot here with part 5 of our Final Fantasy VI Let's Play edition. So, where we left off is we have Edgar, Locke, and Terra who are going through Mount Colts on their way to the Returners' hideout. Edgar and Locke want Terra to meet with their leader Bannon, and then make her decision from there whether or not to join the Returners or not. So, we'll continue where we left off and make our way through this map. Son of a bitch, those guys hit hard. Sweet. Alright. Now we also know from previous conversations with different NPCs in the last town we were in, that Duncan, a martial arts trainer, was training his students up here. We also know that Sabin, Edgar's twin brother, was also training with Duncan at the time. Now we've been led by a shadow figure to this area, so Now I remember from the Super Nintendo one that there was a lot more of the shadow figure leading us. Like, you saw it a lot more. There's probably, like, I'd say half a dozen instances. So that guy definitely doesn't look like the shadow that was leading us here. The shadow that was leading us here looked more like Edgar's twin brother Sabin. We also know up in this area Duncan's son Vargas is up here as well. We don't know what to expect from Vargas, but we'll find out. There we go. So one last battle before we finally get to see who that guy is. Alright, so just in case, every time I'm approaching a character that I'm unfamiliar with, I always heal up my party members, because you never know who's gonna, who's gonna be friend, who's gonna be foe. Is she that low? No, she's not low enough. Okay. So unfortunately we can't save. We can quick save, but we won't bother doing that. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Oh, this is Vargas. Saban sent you, didn't he? Uh-oh. He means business. Geez, even for a sprite, he looks pretty ripped. Damn. Jesus, sure I'm glad I healed up before the battle. Potion, really? That's all he's got on him is potions. That's pretty weak. That's typically enemies don't have more than one item. I just thought I'd double check. Maybe they changed that for this one. How are we for health? Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to give everybody a cure. No, there goes Vargas taunting us. Enough of this. I'll send you all to the great beyond. Oh, that's enough, Vargas. Oh, says a voice that doesn't have a body. Oh, here's Saban. Why, Vargas? Why did you kill Master Duncan? How could you kill your own father? It's a reverse Darth Vader. The fool snubbed me, his only son. He chose you as his successor. That's not true. Our master, it's true, and you know it. It's written in that ugly sneer across your face. He wanted you to be his successor, not me. He knew you had the most potential. Enough talk. Let's battle. Uh-oh. He blew everybody away. You already learned that technique? It's interesting how they call that Raging Fist. Because when in Super Nintendo they actually call that Pummel. Also, notice when I chose Blitz, it gave you all 8 directions around the character. It doesn't do that in the Super Nintendo edition. You actually have to unlock each individual Blitz move and then input it on the D-pad. With this one, we're actually still using the number keys, which is kind of like a D-pad, except I'm not 100% sure how we're gonna do the diagonal directions. I think I'm gonna have to hold 2 keys at the same time, but we'll figure that out. Brother, you're his twin brother? At first, I thought you were another one of Vargas's bears. Huh. That's different, too. Because I think in the Super Nintendo, she actually says, I thought you were a weightlifter, or... No, sorry, a bodybuilder. So it's interesting how they change it from bodybuilder to bear. It's just going to show how big he is actually supposed to be. And actually, for Sprite, he's like the Vargas character. I think he's supposed to appear more ripped. I'm not sure if I think I like the 16-bit sprite more of Sabin than this one, even though this one's got more detail. But let's see if it'll grow on me. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. People call me a bear too. It ain't because of my size. Well, a little bit because of my size. More to do with my temperament when you wake me up. Anyways, Edgar, what are you doing here? We're on our way to Saber Mountains. See, they never actually gave the Returner's base a name. So that's interesting that they're calling it Saber Mountains. He would just say, we're going to see the Returners. Man, I wish I had a Retron 5 so I could like record the Super Nintendo one alongside this one and just show you guys the differences rather than just posting screenshots of the other game. So the wheels are finally turning. And then puppet state. Striking back has presented itself. There will be no more playing lapdog to the Empire. I'm through with that act. Bear like me could... See, that is actually what he said in the Super Nintendo. So I think that's why they changed it to Terra, comparing him to a bear, because at this point he says a bear like me. Think a bear like me could be of any help. You join us, Sabin? It's funny how they're supposed to be twins and the only thing similar between them is their hair color. And even that's off. Rest easier knowing his training helped bring peace to the world. So now we're about at the 2-hour mark of this game, and I'm gonna let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that we've barely scratched the surface of this game. Like 2 hours into a Final Fantasy game is nothing, especially with this one. Blitz. Now, the unfortunate thing about doing the Blitz moves with Sabin is once you input the code, you have no say as to who he's attacking. So it's kind of like Russian roulette, but it's only bad for them. If that makes sense. Alright, so we've made it through Mount Colts. And we're on our way to the returner base. Or at least what I think is the returner base. Steal him. Magic. Fire him. Blitz. So actually, one thing we haven't done in the past so far in this walkthrough is we haven't taken a look at any of the characters that we've picked up. So let's take a look at Sabin here. So we'll take a look at Sabin's status. He comes to us at a level 11, and his current maximum hit points is about 259. He's just under 1,000 XP to get into his next level. We can see here his commands are attack, blitz, items, defend, row, and equipped. So right now he's got decent gear. Strength is fairly up there. You can see he's highly defensive with a rating of 98, and his attack is 81. So he's fairly well balanced in attack and defense. However, his evasion's only at 12%, which I think for the equipment he has, 12% is still rather high. His magic defense is moderate at 51, and his magic evasion is fairly low at 4%. So let's take a look at some of the other characters here. Status. Actually, we'll take a look at if we have any equipment that we can upgrade for him. We can actually add a buckler to Sabin here, and that'll actually give us a little bit extra. Yeah, that'll actually up our evasion by 10%, and we'll actually up our defense to 114 and magic defense to 61. So whenever you can, add a shield to your characters. It just helps. Unfortunately, I don't have any more relics to hand out, but that'll change soon. As I get more gil, I'll probably buy a few more, and as you progress through the game, you find a lot more relics. All right, so let's back up out of there. And they're calling Sabin a monk, which is interesting. I find that rather interesting that they're calling him a monk. Although I guess a monk is a type of martial artist. So, and he technically lives in solitude. So it makes sense. All right. And let's take a look at his abilities here. So he doesn't have any magical abilities, as you can see. And then you have his blitz. So you have the Raging Fist, which once you choose blitz, you left, right, left on the arrow keys here, and then hit the enter key for see, and it's called Aurora Cannon here, but in the Super Nintendo it's called Aurora Beam. Aurora Beam, and that is down, diagonal down, and diagonal down to the left and forward left. And then Meteor Strike, I think that's new, because I don't remember that being one in the Super Nintendo. I'll have to look it up. Diagonal up right, diagonal up left, down up. Well, we'll have to try that with our next... Alright, well, we'll try that with the next one. Yeah, see, with abilities, it's just showing magic. And so far, our only magic user is Terra. So she'll be getting like all the magical ability, or all the magic items and stuff like that. So here's the entrance to the Returner's hideout. So what we're gonna do, because you never know what's lurking around every corner, we're outside, so we can save anywhere, and we can use tents anywhere. And a lot of our party members are beat up, and Terra's magic pool is quite low. So we're going to go into our items here. We're going to use a tent. It plays this little tune. It shows the little tent. And then we wake up refreshed with everything at 100%. If we had any status ailments like poison, anything like that, those would be cured as well. So now we're going to save. Alright, and now we're going to get out of the screen, and let's take a jolt up here just to make sure we're not missing something. Magic, fire, everybody, bam, blitz. Is it up, down, I think? No. So let's go back. Blitz. No. I can't remember that code. I'll have to look it up again. Yeah, so all of his blitz stuff is codes. So you just gotta memorize the codes. It's down, up. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I didn't think so. So they didn't add any secret passages through here or anything, which is kind of disappointing. I wish they'd add some things. So now we're in the Returner's hideout here. We're going to talk to this guy, King Edgar. King Edgar, this way, please. So now they've taken control of our emotions right now. Of our emotions, not our emotions. Nobody should control your emotions, people. Yeah, and he just keeps saying, this way, please. Oh, so there's a save spot. We can go ahead and save again. I always save often, because you never know, your game could crash or whatever. Oh, I believe... So you always know something special is happening, or something important is happening when your group spreads out like that. And we brought her with us. Holy shit. He looks like me in a few years. The one who Asper responded. Yeah. Uh-oh, just backing away. $50 Imperial soldiers in mere minutes. For heaven's sake, Bennett, the girl doesn't remember anything. Oh. Hiding from the truth won't change it. Once, when people were still pure and innocent, there was a box. They were told never to open it. Ah. But someone went and opened it. Anyway, unleashing all the evils of the world. Pride, envy, greed, wrath, gluttony. Yeah, I'm a glutton. The only thing that remained in the box was a single ray of light. Hope. Your power is a gift, not a curse. No matter what happens, you must remember that. You are the world's last ray of light, our final hope. Jeez, are we playing Final Fantasy or are we playing Star Wars? Bannon! I've grown weary with the hour. Allow me to rest for a while. Nope. So, yeah, we're just Terra at this moment. Screw talking to Locke. I want to know what's in the treasure chest. Phoenix down. Let's talk to Locke. What's Locke got to say? The Empire stole someone important from me. I've hated it ever since. If no one stands up for to the Empire, more people will be left like me. That's why I joined the Returners. But there's no one important in my life. I have no family, no friends. That's not true. And besides, I'm sure there are people who feel you're important to them. Those people are counting on you too. Did he just try to headbutt her? Did you guys see that? What a jerk. Just because she doesn't agree with what he has to say, he tries to headbutt her. No, nothing in there. Jack everywhere, ladies and gents. Please, have the courage to join us in our battle. No. I have the courage to take what's in these treasure chests. Give it to me. Air knife. Cool. You see that? He tried to pin her against those crates. Obtain Knight's Code. Oh, I wonder what that is. Oh, antidote. Ether. Two good things to have. Nada. Dun, 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 dun. Out of the way, dork. Just wander around aimlessly. At least go looking for treasure, you bastard. Oh, there's Sabin. We just met him, but what is he gonna say to us? I don't know what to tell you, but I do know that I trust my brother completely. He always thought of my needs before his own, ever since we were little. I think you should trust him too. But don't tell him I said that. He'll turn red as a tomato. See, in the Super Nintendo version he says, but don't tell him I said that, and then he laughs. But he doesn't say he'll turn red as a tomato. Yeah, see, he laughs. What's this guy gotta say? Stuffing out, wherever it finds them. We must find a way to strike back before it's too late. Okay. Whatever you say, boss. Green cherry. That cures imp. There's a scrap of paper lying here. Toss it in the trash or leave it. Huh. Never came across that in the Super Nintendo version. I'll have to check that. Talk to Edgar. It's not easy asking so much of you. And if we force our ideas on you, we're no different from the Empire. So we want you to decide for yourself. High potion. Hi. Alright. Do, 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 do. Nah. Are we already fully rested? No, we're not. Alright. Alright, let's go outside, talk with Bannon. Have you made your decision? Will you become our last ray of hope? Now, there is a difference if you choose yes or no. As far as I remember, it's only the difference of a relic. There are 2 relics that you could receive by choosing yes or no. Unfortunately, I cannot remember which one is which. I know with one choice, you get a relic that allows you to wield one weapon in 2 hands, increasing damage. And if you choose the other option, you get another relic, or a different relic, that allows you to wield a weapon in each hand. I can't remember which one is which, but for the sake of this walkthrough, we will say yes, we will be the last ray of hope. But I'm scared. Oh, my wife just bought me some treats, so you're gonna hear me snacking for a minute here. Love you, wifey. Only natural. I want you to have this. What is it? It's a charm that helps you keep... Gauntlet. Yeah, Gauntlet's the one that allows you to hold one weapon in 2 hands. So I don't think it really makes it doesn't make a difference in the story if you say no. It's just the item you get from Bannon. I think that's how it went in the Super Nintendo version anyways. He has a plan. That goes back to that piece of paper. Question is, where did they get that power? I don't know. Sure, use a thief to dig for information. No. You don't mean the War of Magie? No, that's impossible. One theory says that the energy drained from the Aspers was used to power machines. and the ordinary humans were also infused with the same energy, making magic tech knights, if I remember correctly. That would bring about another war of magic. Then what you propose? I was wondering if we might not be able to have a chat with an Asper. Uh-oh. That's a shot in the dark, dude. I'll do it. Yay! I'm not entirely sure if I understand the plan, but hey, but what the heck. Uh-oh. I remember this part. Bend and serve. Splat. Uh-oh. What about us? We can escape down the Lath River and make our way to Narcia. I'm curious about the Asper they found in the mines. Very well. I'll ready the raft by the back entrance. It's risky, but we don't have much of a choice at this point. It's not safe here. Come with us to Narcia. Gain a better understanding of your abilities. Alright. Very somber music. I love the choices of music in this game. Definitely sets a proper tone. Alright. Alright, so they want us to jump into this raft here. This raft will carry us to Narcia. Only if you choose the right path. Hop aboard the raft. Sure. Let's be crazy. Head towards Narcia while protecting Bannon at all costs. If Bannon falls in battle, the journey's over. So, since we know that we have to protect Bannon at all costs, there is a trick to keeping him alive, and I'll show you what that trick is now during this combat. So, Edgar, we're just going to use our crossbow like always. we'll continue with the Blitz. Yeah, we'll do fire on everybody. And then, oh, looks like they changed his ability. Used to be called Health, and now it's called Prey. If you use Prey, it's going to highlight everybody in your party, and what it does is it heals everybody. So no matter what is going on in the combat, I always have him Prey. So we're at the first fork in the road here. We can go straight, left, or right. I think we go left. I think. Tools. Oh, crossbow. Everybody. Get him to do that. Blitz. Aurora cannon. Just show you the different abilities that he has. Let's try that. Meteor Strike. Oh! Okay. So, Meteor Strike in the Super Nintendo version is actually called Suplex. But the code was different. It was up, down, X, Y, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look it up again. And gave him the level. So what I do like about this sequence is it does give me time to stop and get to a save point, heal everybody up, and at least do a save partway through, so that if for some reason Bannon falls or whatever, I don't have to start way at the beginning from my last save point. I think we continue on left. I think. I can see how his blitz abilities going to become more of a nuisance later on because of the way that you've got to enter everything on this key, on the arrow keys here. Definitely more accurate than the way on the Super Nintendo, but it's a lot slower. Like, it takes me a lot longer to input a blitz ability on here than it does on the Super Nintendo, for sure. Save. All right. I think this video is going to be quite long. Ah, him. I hate this guy. Boss battle, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell by the music. Panel. Let you through. Does this make me a bad octopus? Crossbow, blitz. Magic. Fire. Him. Pray. Everybody. So basically, I'm just going to have everybody on full out attack mode here. And then just have Bannon on full-on healing. It just makes sense to do it that way, because then you know you've got a dedicated healer. I hate how he taunts. Drives me nuts. His name's Ultros. He's a pain in the butt. Nope. Looks like the little bugger ran away. I guess it got to the point. It's probably just hiding down there. Ew. Something struck my leg. I'm freaked. I'm gonna smash it with a blitz. No, Sabin. Out of my way, Edgar. He was always a bit rash. Oh, he'll be fine. Are you sure, Bannon? Sir? You're his brother. You should know better than any of us. Any second now, he'll flop back onto the raft, right as rain. There he goes. I think he missed the onto the raft part. Sabin, you're on your own now. Thanks for joining me, brother, but now you're on your own, sucker. Sabin. Yeah, he floats off that way. And we float off this way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're at a crossroads now. Edgar and Tara race towards Narshe while protecting Bannon. But what of Sabin, who was swept away by the raging waters? And how is Locke faring after having penetrated the Empire's defenses? Is all going according to plan? Moog. What's up, Moog? Choose a scenario. So, what we've got now, ladies and gentlemen, is we have 3 separate scenarios that we must play through. The scenario where after Sabin gets washed away after attacking Ultros, and his scenario and how he gets back to Narshe. Then we've also got Locke, who has went to South Fergo, or I always pronounce that wrong. And how he gets through there and gets out of there, and brings back information to Narshe, and then how our trio also makes their way back to Narshe. I will tell you right now that the longest scenario is Sabins, and your shortest is Edgar and Terrace. Locks is not quite as short as Edgar and Terrace, but it's not anywhere near as long as Sabins. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna cut part 5 here, because I think this one's gotten pretty long. If you like this video, please leave a like. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe for more content. You can also follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook fan page. The link is in the description. I also do have a Twitter account. I think my Twitter's in the description below as well. If not, I'll make sure to put it there. And you can follow me on Twitter. I don't post a whole lot on Twitter. Most of what gets posted on Twitter is when I like a video. I share that to Twitter a lot of times. So you can see what videos I'm currently watching and liking on Twitter. Facebook, I usually post a lot of deals I get in my email, like through GameStop, EB Games, Walmart, stuff like that, Nintendo. Just so I share it with you guys. I also post updates for videos there as well. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, or ways I can make this more interesting, like, do you guys like it when I read the dialogue? Do you hate it when I read the dialogue? Would you like more comparisons between this and the Super Nintendo? Leave all that in the comment section below, or just tell me how your day's going. I don't care. I'll answer. I'll talk to you guys about anything. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I've taken up enough of your time today. I do appreciate you stopping by and watching part 5 of my Final Fantasy VI Let's Play here. So you go on, enjoy the rest of your day, and have a good one.